death, the absence of life. Life, an organismic state characterized by capacity for metabolism, growth, reaction to stimuli, and reproduction, or spiritual existence transcending physical death, the period from birth to death, as in a specific phase of earthly existence, the period from an event until death. We are all beings born into this world to live and die, something that many do not like to consider, yet it is true. In Camera Lucida, Reflections on Photography, Roland Barthes takes us on a journey through his mind's eye, capturing life and the absence of life and death. As if the terrified photographer must exert himself to the utmost to keep the photograph from becoming death. But I, already an object, I do not struggle. I foresee that I shall have to wake from this bad dream even more uncomfortably. For what society makes of my photograph, what it reads there, I do not know. In any case, there are so many readings of the same face. But when I discover myself in the product of this operation, what I see is that I have become total image, which is to say, death in person. He also states, a certain photograph can satisfy one of them and interest me slightly, and if another photograph interests me powerfully, I should like to know what there is in it that sets me off. So it seemed that the best word to designate temporarily the attraction certain photographs exerted upon me as advance or adventure. This picture advenes, that one doesn't. The principle of adventure allows me to make photography exist. Conversely, without adventure, no photograph. My great-grandmother, Carrie Lawton, was born in Abbeville, South Carolina in 1870 to the daughter of indentured servants from Africa and to a white school teacher, the son of a plantation owner. Having moved to Arkansas around the age of 10, she was afforded things that many black children were not, education being one, a self-driven horse and buggy another. The photographs that my family has of her and her children are just short of breathtaking, indicating a decent life for the time in which they lived. Here, Grandma Carrie stands proudly outside of a church, dressed warmly in a coat and hat, indicating that the season was winter. The punctum for me is her eyes. They are piercing and focused, a testament of her character. As my father said, that she was a very wise yet determined woman. I never met her, as she died 20 years before my birth. In this photo, Grandma Carrie is standing to the left of her son Robert, the youngest of 11 children. As Uncle Robert was an adult, I realized that this photo was taken near the end of my great-grandmother's life. The punctum is the car that sits behind them. The sleek metal caught the rays of sun beaming down on them that day. As a young boy, Uncle Robert stood proudly dressed in a sailor suit, adhering closely to the photographer's commands. The punctum for me is twofold, the shoes with buttons from the ankles to the tops of his feet, and his hand resting on an empty chair. I wonder if the emptiness signifies the death of his father, Jerry, as he passed away when Uncle Robert was 10 or 12 years old. Life and death surround us, from those things waiting to be awakened, to those things living among us in brilliancy, to those dying before our eyes. The photograph, or digital photography as we now know it, allows the photographer to capture the essence of life pre-death. That certain image that grabs hold of us will be the one always remembered in the absence of life.